Okay, so I'm going to do this. So anybody who watches and sees what I do, I don't have a large following. I don't think that the world is ready for what I have to offer, but I feel compelled to share, so I do so. With that said, anybody who knows me knows that, I have one foot in the woo, very grounded human being, but I dabble in the woo. I owned an art gallery and intuitive lounge for a while. I'm connected to many, many super woo people. The books that I've written give the ins and the outs of how to become more spiritually connected yourself, how to enhance your spiritual gifts. So if I'm writing these books, clearly I am connected as well, even though, I don't have my nose pierced and blue hair and shit like that. Okay. I'm like total soccer mom. With that said, right before COVID hit the United States, I was in the gallery with a friend of mine, and we were talking just about what's going on in the government. Remember, this is the winter of 2020, right? It was like February, I think. And it was right before they were like, your kids have to stay home from school, and shit got crazy here. And we were talking about how it was hard for us to understand how certain people politically saw things. We all have our opinions. And as we were talking about it, it was more her. She was just like, I don't understand it. I don't like she was like more angry about it. And I said to her, people believe what they want to believe. And when I said that, all of a sudden I felt like lightning struck through me. And I was like freaking out, and she's intuitive. And I was like, I could feel the energy, and I was all chills, and it wasn't like a quick thing. It like continued. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, dude, what is happening? And she's like, it's happening to me too. So the two of us got this like electrical shock of energy, which was not unusual in the gallery. There's a lot of kooky, spooky things going on in the gallery. So this thing happens, and after we both calmed down, I'm like, so she's more of a visual intuitive. Like she could close her eyes. She could see visions within her third eye and all that. So I'm like, what's going on? So here's what happened. The long and the short is the people from 9/11 showed up, spirits. One of them, they were led by an actual flight attendant. And she was like in the front of this pack that my friend could see in her mind's eye. And basically, they were there to inform us that not everything is as it appears, and just be aware of what's going on in the world around you. So this was before COVID hit, but I immediately understood. I'm like, this has to do with COVID. So that happened, and a lot of other things. There was a lot involved in that. But the long and the short of it is, they showed up and they warned us, don't believe everything you hear. And I took it to heart because I've had enough spiritual, metaphysical, esoteric experiences to trust what I'm experiencing. So that happened. Boom, 5 minutes later, right? I'm exaggerating, but 5 minutes later, COVID hits, everything goes crazy. And that whole time, I understood in the back of my head, this is bullshit. And of course, people are waking up left and right to all of this. And I understood that a lot of these conspiracy theories are conspiracy facts. And I have been able to remove myself on an emotional level and just watch as things unfold. So I was still conducting business in the gallery, even though we were supposed to be double, triple masked and all these things. I was still living my life, watching things from a distance, understanding what people were going through, and understanding that people were dealing with pain and heartache, but understanding that there is more to this picture than is being presented to us. And this continues to happen. Okay. Right around that time, 2020, 2021, I was getting a lot of messages. Even before that, somewhere around 2018, 2018, I was getting a lot of understanding that I was going to be part of the solution in this new earth, this sort of great awakening. And so every 5 minutes, I'm like, oh, is it now? And I'm doing all of these things, and I'm writing books, and I'm creating this curriculum and all of these things. Is it now? Is it now? And frustrated because of my own level of impatience, because I don't know what it is I'm expecting, but I know something's coming. Somewhere around 2021, I'm getting messages that, now these are my words, but the energy of shit's going down hard and fast. The world is taking a very severe, rapid nosedive, and shit's falling apart. But the understanding was things have to be razed to the ground in order to build anew. And I would be part of the building the new. So I'm like, oh my God. So every time I turn around, every time a tragedy happens, I'm like, oh, this is the beginning. So even though I don't want to see people suffer, I always understood that it was part of raising to the ground to build anew. Okay. But every day I'm waiting. It's 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. I'm like, is it now? Is it now? Well, what I'm starting to understand is we are at the very severe turning point of this being the building of anew. So why am I sharing all this with you? Why am I putting myself out there like this? Because I do all these posts with this sense of confidence of what I'm doing, but it falls on deaf ears, and I get it because that turning point hasn't occurred yet. So why am I sharing this with you? Because me and others like me that have had the foresight, that aren't living in the fear of what's happening because we could see 2 and 3 steps ahead of what this is leading to, we are here. We are here to assist. We are here to support. We are here to help. And we're doing it ourselves too. None of us are living in an ivory tower. I mean, I had to go through my own shit in order to get to this place of being able to assist. But know this, no matter what is going on in the world around us, no matter what it is being just funneled into our brains about how scary and how awful things are, at the end of the day, the only savior that is coming to save you is you. And in order to do that, you have to remove yourself from the distractions, remove yourself from the numbing agents, remove yourself from what burdens you. Look within and realign yourself to be in a place, to have a strong foundation, be in a place of alignment for what is next. And when I say what is next, I'm not talking about some sort of magical heaven-like on earth euphoria. I'm talking about in order to live your best life, regardless of what you are seeing around you, the chaos and confusion, and to be the best version of yourself and to live in joy, peace, freedom, abundance, all thriving, all of the things that we want as human beings, we have to first look at our shit and handle our shit. And that's where I come in. That's all the stuff that I'm doing. So if anything that I'm saying is resonating, if you are starting to see glimmers of, oh yeah, this is the birthing process because there is something out there, but I don't know what to do to get to that, that's where people like me come in handy. So if you've listened, if you've watched up until now, go to my website or look on my social media pages, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. You'll see what I do, and it's all there for the assist. And if you need resources beyond that, I write books, I create cards, I do videos, all this stuff. We are here to help, but the time is now. All of those premonitions that I had been receiving that I'm like, oh, is it now? Is it now? I don't know. I'm sure there's more now coming, but we are in the now of this rebuilding. So there it is. I shared my kook with you. I've been hesitant to do that all of these years. Oh, it's personal empowerment, spiritual development. No, man, I've received the message of what was happening, and it's happening. So thanks for listening. And as always, Ubuntu.